You had no indication of any of this prior to becoming pregnant.
No, ma'am.
It's just all of a sudden his personality changed.
Christy Blanchard, representing Miss Castellanos.
Is Ronnie Cooper present in the courtroom? Judge Mr. Cooper was served. This would be a final default order, and so the state's requesting to proceed on a default order.
You may.
Judge, we were previously in court back on July 21st. There was a temporary order of suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Judge, for the final, all the terms as far as the child support and medical support would stay the same. It was a minimum wage order. However, Judge, Ms. Castellanos, they are requesting a change to conservatorship in this order, and we would also take a judgment on the retroactive child support. I believe Ms. Blanchard would go first to get the terms as far as their request for a change in the conservatorship.
What was the conservatorship? Joint managing?
Yes, Judge. So the temporary order was joint managing conservatorship, and then there was a modified visitation schedule.
Okay. Ms. Blanchard, you may proceed.
Okay. Miss Castellanos, you're asking this court to change the conservatorship on your final order from joint managing to sole managing. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in the temporary order, you had all exclusive rights and duties, although you were joint managing, correct?
Yes.
And you're asking for all exclusive rights and duties in this final order. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, since your son's birth, and how old is your son?
He's 3.
Has his father ever been involved?
No.
Has he ever paid any financial support?
No.
Has he ever spent any time with his son?
No.
And if he were to show up today at your doorstep, would he be a complete stranger to your son?
Yes.
Has he ever been to, so he's never been to any doctor's appointments or anything of that kind?
No.
And never provided any kind of support of any kind?
No.
Now you have concerns about dad being around your child, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And does dad have an extensive criminal history?
Yes, he does.
And did that criminal history start around the time that the two of you split up?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was that? What does that criminal history entail?
Yes, so the first time when we had broken up, he went to jail for a possession of a weapon and marijuana in 2022, and in 2023 he went to jail for a murder charge, and in 2024 he went to jail for another possession of a weapon.
And do you believe that your child's father is involved in a cartel?
Yes.
And why do you believe that?
I believe that because after his release from prison, I've tried to watch his social media to see what kind of person he is now and if he's changed. I see that he is, I believe, a part of a gang or a cartel because of the things he posts with weapons. Him and a bunch of friends that he socializes with and presents himself with on social media.
And what is the name of the cartel?
B4L.
And do you believe that that stands for Bloods for Life?
Yes.
And does he pose in pictures with a certain color?
Yes, he dresses in all red, and that's the caption is B4L.
And when he posts this stuff, is he posing with any drugs or weapons?
Yes, weapons and drugs.
Okay. And have you taken screenshots of those things?
Yes, I have them.
And so if this court wants to see those screenshots, do you have them available for the court to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when the two of you split up, when you were pregnant, was there some family violence going on with your child's father?
Yes, he did not want to leave the home that we were sharing after I, he basically, the reason of the split up was because he, throughout my whole pregnancy, he was seeing another person. I told him that's not the kind of life that I want for me and my child, or lies. So I told him to leave our home, and he left, but he also came back after, I guess his thoughts said, no, I'm not going to leave. I'm going back to my home. He came back and broke my door down, which was not fixable. He trashed my whole apartment, and he threw my clothes in the road, basically. He said if he can't live there, then nobody can. And I was 7 months pregnant at that time. And at some point, I was standing by the door of our bedroom, and he was screaming in my face. I was just standing there. I didn't know what to do. And he punched the hole in the wall right next to my head, as if he was so frustrated. He wanted to hit me. And after that, someone called the cops in the apartment area because of the commotion, and they asked him to leave. His family picked him up, and he returned again to cause more commotion. And I had to basically push my couch to the door and sleep there all night, every day, to prevent him from coming in.
And did you also, after you became pregnant, discover that he was involved in drugs?
Yes,
And was that another reason for your split up?
yes, it was.
And are some of the charges that he's incurred since your pregnancy also drug charges?
Yes.
Now, with regards to that kind of behavior, has he also threatened to kill you?
Yes, once we were already split up, I moved homes, and he appeared here because he knows where my whole family lives. Um, Basically, he couldn't reach me one day, so he just appeared here, and I arrived eventually home, and he was here sitting outside. He was questioning me where I was and where our son was and what I was doing, why I'm not picking up his calls. Trying to say he was checking on his son, but it was clearly about me. And he said, if I ever see you out in public with another person, another man in the car, and I see it's just the two of you, I will kill the both of you.
And do you have concerns based on what you're seeing on social media with him and who he's surrounding himself with that he would do just that?
Yes.
Now, do you have concerns about the people that he is hanging around and his family members?
Yes,
What concerns do you have?
um I noticed that all of his friends, that some were cousins, they all post each other, they hang around each other. They all have some sort of criminal background. It's either in the past or even ongoing. They carry weapons. From what I know, I never met him, but later heard about him. He has a brother who's been in jail almost his whole life. I'm not sure for what. I know I've heard robberies, multiple. And his father has a criminal background, and everybody around him, his friends, his family, has a criminal background.
And do you have concerns about your son if he were to ever be unsupervised with dad?
Yes, I do.
And you're asking the court to make a family violence finding, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that based on him punching the wall, kicking down your door, and threatening to kill you?
Yes, ma'am.
And that has all occurred since you were 7 months pregnant, correct?
Hmm.
And
Yes.
again, your child is how old?
He's 3 now.
Okay. Judge, if you want to see the the screenshots that she has, we're ready to produce those to you. I'm just going to kind of leave that up to you whether you want to see them or not.
What I need to know, can I ask her a couple of questions? Ms.
Absolutely.
Castellanos, you had no indication of any of this prior to becoming pregnant.
No, ma'am.
Is just all of a sudden his personality changed?
So what happened was that I was the one that was basically paying the bills till I got tired of it, and he noticed that I was getting frustrated. I kept asking for help, and he said, oh, I applied to an interview, but they haven't replied. A week would go by, and he would say, I'm looking again because the other job never called me. Time would go by, and I got frustrated, and he noticed that. So I had my vehicle. He didn't have one because it messed up, and he didn't have money to fix it. We were living together, so in my eyes, we were a family. I was trying to support us through a rough time while he was able to get a job and everything. She noticed I was frustrated, so we switched roles. He used my car, to get a job, which only lasted for like a month or two. Um, he quit because he didn't like it, and I noticed he started hanging out with his past friend that I met at that time. He was going out every day. I was like, hey, like, you're going out, but when are you gonna get a job? Things like that. I started noticing the weapons. I didn't know what they were doing all day long. Somehow he was bringing money back home. And
Let me stop you right there. And
Mhm.
all of this happened after you were pregnant or before you were pregnant?
it was happening while I was pregnant.
Okay,
I was only like a month or something.
okay,
Mm.
all right. Okay, anything else, Miss Blanchard?
Not at this time, Judge.
Any questions of this witness, Miss Peoples?
Yes, Judge. And so Ms. Castellanos, the temporary order set up visitation every first, third, and fifth Saturday at Hayden's house.
Mhm.
Um, are you wanting that to continue in the final order?
Yes, if he's seeking that, I will allow it.
Okay. Has Mr. Cooper exercised any of his visitation rights since this temporary order?
No.
You're also requesting that the order state that he's responsible for the cost of those visits. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you're agreeing that the terms of the temporary order remain the same, that you would maintain government medical with Mr. Cooper paying $113 a month in cash medical support. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that his child support would be $209 a month. Is that also correct?
Yes.
And you're also requesting in the final order retroactive or back child support.
Yes.
And that would be from your son's birth, September 16th, 2022 until July 21st, 2025 for the retroactive time frame.
Yes, ma'am.
And from that time period, did the two of you live together?
No.
Did he provide any type of financial support for your son?
No, he didn't.
And so you're requesting a total retroactive child support judgment of $7,315 as of July, from
Yes.
the July 21st. Okay. And you're requesting he be ordered to pay that back at $87 a month beginning November 1st, 2025.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're requesting court costs from today's court proceeding be billed to Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
And then as far as the non-disclosure finding, you understand if the court makes the finding of family violence, your address would not be in the court order. But if there's not a finding, are you asking for a non-disclosure of your address?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Then I will grant the default order, make the terms of the provisions of the temporary order final. I will, except for managing conservatorship, except for conservatorship, I will order that mom be sole managing conservator. Make a finding of family violence. Grant the non-disclosure. Order a retroactive child support judgment against Mr. Cooper in favor of the Attorney General of Texas in the amount of $7,315. Order that judgment paid at $87 per month. All start dates will be November 1st, 2025. Is there anything else, Ms. Peoples?
Nothing further from the state judge.
Anything else, Ms. Blanchard?
Nothing further.
Then thank you for appearing here today, Ms. Castellanos, and you're free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blanchard.
Thank you.